Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon.
And I understand, it's Friday and evening time, and that too, we are almost ready for cake cutting also. So it's very difficult for us to have something like this to take in. So it's very difficult, I understand. But just try to pay attention, because without estimates, frankly speaking, in this world nothing will happen. Okay, and the feedback that we have been receiving is like our estimates are not up to the mark, and most of the estimates, how we do? Naresh, yeah, how do we do?
Based on our experience and
based on our experience, number one. What else? Sharath, how do you do estimations?
We first it is based on our experience, and the other thing is if it is any new model, we will refer to the old model related.
Okay, refer the old similar data, right? Okay, I can take it as a similar data. Okay, the first one is the experience. Okay, based on your experience, and the second one is based on the similar data. Okay, perfect. What else? You really do that actually? Just imagine, are we really doing that? At least based on our experience, based on the similar data, are we doing it? Always? No, customer will say, deliver it by this date, we deliver it, right? Customer, stakeholder, client, our friend, whoever. Is it right? So it happens in that manner also, correct? So just try to understand, we have a carpenter at home, okay? So he will come to our home, you ask him actually, I have a 2-bedroom apartment and you have to do some woodwork. What he will do? He will immediately give you the quote. First he will come to your house and he does. And he doesn't look like this. He will have a measuring tape. He will measure everything. If it is only for frame, then he will charge differently. If it is for walls, side walls, additional things, he will charge more, right? Based on the complexity also, he will charge more, right? For example, kitchen modules, what do? You just open them, you close them, right? So they are kind of difficult. So he will make sure that he will charge more for that, right? What about a 2-bedroom apartment? How much is approximately a 2-bedroom apartment in this area? 60 lakhs. Okay, 60. He said 60. We don't know whether it's lakhs or thousands. So let us assume that it's lakhs. Okay, 60 lakhs. And I want a 2-bedroom apartment with like 2,000 square feet. So do you think it is still 60 lakhs? Okay, I want a 2-bedroom apartment with security. We have a gated community, security with the children playground, and we have a beautiful swimming pool. Okay, then do you think we can get it for 60 lakhs? Definitely not. So how do we do estimates? Unfortunately, what is happening today, in spite of our software engineering field, and once again repeating, this field is called software engineering. Okay, I will tell you what is software engineering. Okay, in spite of 30-40 years into software engineering, we still do the estimates in very old manner. And what happens because of that? Sometimes we will not be able to charge customer, stakeholder, client fully. Sometimes we have to absorb the estimates. Sometimes we give overestimates if the client is good, and in that case he will lose. So finally, there is no scientific way of doing estimates, unfortunately. But we are into like 2013, right, already. So we have a lot of methods, but we are not using them. So that's what we try to understand, okay? First I will try to understand. So, Sandy, like I am just, we did not do anything. So basically, I am trying to engage them until you come. So as always, so sit anywhere. So, we are still in the first slide. So, now, people who attended my earlier session don't answer. To others, what is it? Software engineering. What is software? Unfortunately, whoever sits, this is always the problem. Maybe any of you actually. So
what I think that software engineering is to manage the software development life cycle and like how to manage properly, how to devote time for that, how to put effort so that achieve the objective.
It's a practice basically.
Okay. What practice?
Anything.
Dance practice.
No. What is software engineering field basically? Software. It was like never an engineering. It was like software. We are developing a software. But what is engineering again?
Gathering requirements and meeting.
So both the definitions are correct. Okay. Any other definition?
End-to-end delivery of software from planning to managing to production to testing.
Correct. So let us start with look at the agenda. Introduction to our software engineering, and then we have life cycles. What are the earlier techniques that we were using, and the scientific methods that we have. Okay. Initially, it will be very interesting, like a story only. But after that, it will be difficult. So I will break down this into like 3 or 4 sessions. Okay. So today we will have some really funny stories. We'll try to go over them, and please try to understand it. And for every estimation going forward in our technology, please come to me, and we will make sure that we give a scientific estimation. In that way, if I do some estimation and you do, both will result in the same number of hours, same effort it should take. Okay? So this is the main focus. Okay? Initially, what happened when the mainframe folks were working on dumb terminals, right? What are terminals? What are terminals? What is a terminal?
These are like sessions allowed by mainframe to work on that particular machine.
Okay. What is terminal?
You said emulation software that's used to connect to the system.
No.
Terminal is basically hardware that can connect to some remote systems and let you work.
Okay, partially correct. Any other answer? Terminal doesn't have hard disk, storage device, and operating system of its own. So it is called terminal. So I am talking about those days where we have just the terminals. That's why I said dumb terminals. So I thought you will get it. So dumb terminals, they do not have their own hardware. They do not have their operating systems. So those are like really bad days. So mainframe dinosaurs, they used to work on IBM specific terminals. Now anything can be connected to with emulator software, as he rightly suggested. We are connecting to mainframes. But earlier days we have only some IBM specific terminals where we are getting connected to that. During those days we have like coders who develop the code, and the code is simple. Tuck, 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 whatever comes to their mind, they code it. Because they have a logic, they put it into those punching cards and they enter it into the system. Assembler used to take it, and finally it used to convert, compile it. It used to take a lot of time. So what used to happen was there is no systematic way of doing a development. Then for example, if I need a small change, what will happen? Again I have to look at the code fully, because there were no comments. There is no reusability. I have to look at the code. I am talking about one of my bosses. He used to see it like as I said in my earlier session, 30,000 lines, 40,000 lines of COBOL code. He used to understand what needs to be done. So it was like absolutely there were no comments. Very simple coding, whatever comes to my mind, and it's totally person dependent. For example, if I have coded this, in case of any problem, where is that guy? Get hold of that guy. Don't you think in some of the situations now also we are facing this problem? If one person is not there, we are getting handicapped, right? Okay. So we are like, still we are, not human beings, still we are monkeys. So we, basically, we are going back. And it was like person dependent. Maintenance was really tough. Right? Rework was horrible. I mean, whenever there are minor bugs, it was like very difficult. One person used to struggle day and night. Of course, the cost of overall software development was really very expensive. because you have to use only IBM terminals and those kind of things. It was difficult. During those days, Microsoft was getting introduced, and everybody started encouraging Microsoft. Now what happens? Everybody is against Microsoft, right? People start encouraging other companies. But during those days, everybody was against Microsoft. IBM, and they said like Microsoft is doing this, doing that. So Microsoft started with what computers?
Smart.
Personal computers, correct. Before that, what we had?
Dumb computers.
No, terminals. But what are the computers named during those days? No, mainframes. And after mainframes, there is another set of computers. They are called microcomputers or personal computers? Mini computers, correct. Can anybody name the software operating system on the mini computers? Just one operating system. There are a lot actually. No, DOS is like a microcomputer. AS400. If otherwise it's okay, not a problem. So mainframe. Then we have mini computers. Then we have microcomputers. Currently we are working on microcomputers. Okay. So now. Now the cost is very low. Every person has at least 1 or 2 laptops, or maybe 1 laptop, 3-4 desktops at everybody's home, I believe. So we'll just move to. So then what happened? It was like extremely difficult for us to manage the code, manage the work, and manage the expectations. Now they wanted to change this. They wanted to have it to be a engineering field. So till then software was not an engineering field at all. So they started with a concept called software engineering. How do you do in engineering? You first collect the requirement analysis. You have that blue that they do it, right? So that one they develop. Then based on that high level design, low level design, then they start actual building, right? So now what do we have in software engineering field now? Requirement analysis, yes or no?
Yeah.
We have high level design, yes or no?
Yeah.
Low level design, yes? Then after that the build, which is like coding, right? Build is like coding plus unit testing, okay? Coding, right? After that we continue to do the testing, unit testing. After that? Integration testing. Then
System testing.
System testing. After systems testing?
User
acceptance testing. Then implement the product. Then
Maintenance support.
no, there is something in between. Drink a lot of beers, right? So that we missed actually. After we implement it, like we are having a lot of fun. Then we really have that maintenance work. Now we have comments there. Now the work can be seen by anybody. Now you can refer to the documents. Now you know where exactly the problems are. So now it is very easy to maintain, right? So with that, we have these models that are into our life. Everybody knows about waterfall, which I just now talked about, right? High level design, starting from requirement analysis, high level design, low level, all those things, we cover in different sessions though, just to have you some idea. What is iterative style? What is agile?
Agile,
Developers, yeah.
Agile is a methodology which we follow for developing software products.
Right. Waterfall also same.
Yes.
What is the difference?
Agile is it's similar to iterative, wherein we gather the requirements, and this agile methodology is slightly different approach than the waterfall model. We don't do complete requirement analysis, we don't do complete design, and we just split it up into features which are required and prioritize them, start implementing them in a small sprints, small duration, small iterations.
Yeah, just whatever Tamu said, just to add on to that, the main difference would be there is very less amount of documentation. So in agile methodology, actually everybody, whoever is in the team has to contribute. So everybody is like pigs and chickens, and there is like we are not preparing any high level documentation, high level design doc or low level design doc. There is absolutely very less documentation, and we are setting very small piece of target. So we are not targeting the entire chunk of work at one shot. We are breaking down the big chunk into smaller chunk, and in one sprint we are targeting that small chunk of work.
You are super sad and he's super damn. Okay, so you both are right actually. So correct. What happens in the regular waterfall is, first you do requirement analysis, then you do the designs. Requirement analysis is done only once you get the requirements, right? So there is a business need. After that you get the requirements. After that you go to the high level design, low level design, test plans, testing. So by the time the customer wants to see the product, he has to wait for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, and afterwards he'll say, no, this is not right for me. Ask any married man. Okay, so what happens is, this is unfortunately, so we go for agile. I'm not talking about marriage, but in software, we go for agile concept, where what we do is, like we have small requirements. Okay, we have 100 requirements, but I want to do only 10 requirements at a time. That's the reason Microsoft is successful. He will release IE, Naresh, he will release one version. Then what happens, suddenly we know like there are a lot of features, 90% of them are not working. Then he will say Naresh.1, Naresh.2, Naresh.3. Then finally he will say Internet Explorer next version, Suresh. So what happens is, okay, so this is how the agile works. You collect some requirements, you concentrate on them, you fix them, go to the next level. Agile is an excellent way. I mean, today it's not the time to discuss those things, but I am telling you, it's an excellent way of doing it. At any point of time, one person is developing, another person is testing, another person is working on the requirements, another person is, I mean, how many people have really worked on an agile project? Oh, great, great. So you have all the phases at one point of time. At any point of time, you see all the phases in that particular project. So that is the beauty of agile. But still, the world is more and more focused at waterfall only. Unfortunately or fortunately, in waterfall, though we have a lot of issues, but we need to have correct estimates. If we don't have correct estimates even today, I am talking about till yesterday, I know like a lot of issues are there in my teams, like technology development team. I see that estimates are just given by with my experience, and I think, okay, this is what is right. Then customer will say, can it be done 200 hours? I will say, okay, I can do it. So he will say, I have 250, he will say 200, and there is a bargain. So estimations should not be done in that way. Estimations are done to be done in a scientific way. So that is what we are going to talk about. What happens in estimations, I will tell you. Don't look at that actually, just forget about that. As I said, this is a funny story, right? We are recording this also. So we will share that and we will share this presentation. But just try to understand. I get a project. How I get the project? My business people will go and talk to somebody and they will say, oh, we get the project. And whatever the estimates that they give, they are like, they are like more than 35% deviation. I mean, it's huge deviation. They say, oh no, we will do this, we will do that, we will do this. It's called gold plating. We do a lot of things for you, and we try to impress, and finally we get the project with a lot of beer parties. Finally, we get that particular project. And once it reaches you guys, the actual developers, we guys, we see that 35% of the work has to be absorbed by us. So those are called order of magnitude kind of estimates. Just like that, I came to my head, I will give you 35, 50, 70. That's what it is, greater than that. Then some people at least do some kind of research. People who are into the technology field, not the marketing people, what they do is like they give something called feasibility. I need a 2-bedroom apartment. They'll say 60 to 80 lakhs are depending upon your requirements, something like that, right? So that 25% margin is there, right? Just now I talked about the 2-bedroom apartment. So that is called feasibility estimates. Some people, who are like, in our building, like, actual contractors will be there, right? They will be able to give you the closest estimates. They are called approximate estimates, appropriate estimates, appropriation estimates. All three words are correct there. So they give that kind of estimates. Then we have the actual, the capital cost and definitive estimates. Now I am concentrating here, these two, capital cost and definitive estimates. If you really follow the technique that I teach you in next 3 or 4 sessions, you will be here. Okay, so just try to understand that, this is going to be an excellent way of estimating. Whoever does in this room, they get the same estimates. Okay, so that is what is definitive estimates. So these are the general estimates that we have. So earlier estimates, how they were doing it. Okay. When I asked you how we do estimates, everybody said expert judgment only, right? It is correct actually. Everybody was doing with my judgment, and I am specific to my project, right? So what I do is I become expert, and I say last project took 300 hours. This time 350 hours. That's it. And why you say 350 hours? Because I have a new employee in my project, so 50 hours or more. That's it. There is no scientific way, but you are probably right. I mean, there is nothing wrong. So then what happens? Slowly these experts transferred to multiple departments. As I said, this is going to be a story. These experts were transferred to multiple departments. Then what they did is they based on again purely technology. What they did is they tried to divide these modules into simple, medium, complex. Again based on the expert judgment. So it is kind of extension of expert judgment, right? Then they have simple, medium, complex. And Narayana Murthy, NRN, he always says, after 30-40 years of our software engineering, we still use SMC. It is shame on us. Okay? So just try to understand, we have to have a better way. Now next came the LOC method. What is LOC?
Lines of code.
Right, lines of code. Lines of code in which language? Any language.
Any programming language.
Any programming language. This was used by me 15 years back. Okay, for every language, because lines of code cannot be common, right? For example, 10 lines of code in VB is equal to maybe 100 lines of COBOL, because in COBOL if you add one line, it will be like 100 lines. It gets those identification division, data division, this division, that division. So you add one line, it is like 100 lines. So how do you say you are developing the same work? For example, he is a Java developer, he is a mainframe developer. He develops every day 10 lines of code, Java developer, and mainframe developer does like 1,000 lines of code. So obviously I say that guy is more experienced, that guy is very confident guy, he is developing 1,000 lines of code every day. So I am comparing apples and oranges, right? So I am not supposed to do that. Okay? So what they did is, now you can see, in C, like if you have say 100 lines of code, then in assembler it is equivalent to 157 lines of code. Then in ASP it is like 62 lines of code, something like that. You can just go through it. I will share this also with you. So what happened was, this is like based on the number of lines of code. For example, so that is the method based on the LOC and function point. They modified that to function points based on the LOC. In other words, one function point in COBOL is 100 lines. One function point in Visual Basic is 20 lines. So if a person in Visual Basic codes 100 lines, he is delivering 5 function points. Now I will tell you what is a function point in just a minute. Then we have excellent methods like work breakdown structure method, use case method, if bug method. Okay? Now we will discuss slowly what they are. How can I switch this off?
Yes,
Right. The standards. I need a 2-bedroom apartment. This is called, okay, what do you estimate basically? Can anybody tell me what do we estimate? In our work, what do we estimate?
The number of
Time.
Huh?
The number of taken.
And testing time.
Time.
Development time.
Very good, time. And Sandy is saying that it is development time. Okay.
I mean, when I say development, it includes both coding and unit testing.
Okay. You are saying that?
Cut.
Cut is called coding and unit testing. Please note down. Okay.
So basically, we are estimating the build phase.
So we are trying to have the time estimates. we are going to estimate the time. Okay? We are going to estimate the time. So, do you really say it is time with customer?
Money.
Money also we don't say. I mean, we cannot say money also to him.
Cost.
Cost also we don't say. What do you say? Like in estimates, what do you say? Effort. Okay? This one, if you understand everything. You know, three or four things that I am going to tell you. Just try to understand. Effort is like number of hours. Okay? So this is what we give. Then, for example, if I have, say, effort of 80 hours. So how many days it is going to be completed?
10 business days, if assuming we spend 8 hours and there are no dependencies.
Okay. So Damu is saying that it is 10 business days.
Assuming there is nothing that we wait
Business
on.
days?
Well, assuming there are no override times.
Okay. But both of you are wrong actually.
How many man-hours?
Huh?
How many people?
Well, 8 hours. Okay, 8 hours. So, but both of you are wrong. That's what I'm saying.
10% days.
Huh?
10%.
Man-hours. How many people are working?
He is right.
Resources.
So if one person is working, it is 10 business days. Okay? And if 10 people are working,
1 month.
sure?
If the work can be broken down, there are
Huh?
If they don't have dependencies.
If there are no dependencies.
If there are no dependencies, this is possible. A similar kind of which is possible. This is what is again followed in Agile. Agile, what happens is like they identify a group of people. These people are testers. These people are, equal talented people. They don't have, one intern and one senior developer in one team and they give the same requirements. No. Equal skilled employees. So, now we know that we have 8 hours, 10 business days. Okay? And in between there are some leaves. What do we do? So, business days is correct. So, what am I going to do now? I have to tell customer that, this is by when I am going to deliver this, right?
Right.
What do you call that?
Working days.
Delivery date.
Okay, delivery date, expected EDD, and other than that, one beautiful word. We give him the deadline, and what do you call that?
Schedule.
Plan. Okay. This is called schedule. This is very important. Unfortunately, a lot of people do not understand that it is schedule. Okay, what happens is effort is converted to schedule. Correct? Now, effort is converted to schedule. What did we do to arrive at effort? I want a 2-bedroom apartment, right? So then what we did? Which area?
Requirement.
2-bedroom apartment. What is the total square feet? And walls should be gold plated or silver plated, or color coated or no color coated. What kind of curtains you want? Shah Rukh Khan collection or Sridevi collection? I know the preference, but still I am generally talking. So, basically, what happens is like, there are multiple things that are there. But I am talking about size. I am talking about size. What is size?
requirement.
Not requirement. That size. Size is, tell me something. Based on the size, we are arriving at this. Okay, I'll go back to the previous step. I want a 2-bedroom apartment. Okay? That is the size. 2-bedroom apartment with what specifications you want? That will convert it to effort. I want a user-friendly order page. So what you do is like you try to quantify the requirements. So quantification of requirements is size. You can write down.